Hello YouTube, this is Franck Store, and tonight, since right now it is December, this is the month for festive things. Like there are many events like Hanukkah, Christmas, New Year's Eve, and different people celebrate different celebrations, of course, but I would like to say that usually in December it tends to be cold, like in the most parts of the world, and for these occasions, I would say, like for this month, people tend to use fragrances or perfumes that are that tend to be richer, stronger, with stronger notes like vanilla, maybe on the sweeter side, and for example, let's say oud on the woody side, incense, notes like these, I would like to say. And for the special occasion of the month of December, I would say till like let's say till January the 5th, I have chosen here some fragrances that I think, in my opinion, in my view, are festive and are very appropriate for the month of December, and of course that are in my collection currently, and also fragrances that have to do with my memories, with my experiences in the past in regards to this month of let's say of December. So I haven't like made a numbered list or a ranked list, but we'll just move through the fragrances and like describe them shortly, and how they are connected with my memory and my with my way of feeling and being in general. So let's start with my fragrance, my first fragrance here that I have the closest in the table, and this one, it is a new addition to my collection, and I haven't been like very familiar with this fragrance, to be honest, and it is from the house of Montale, and it is Oud Greedy. So I have this fragrance here in my hand, in my arm, and I would like to say that this fragrance, although it is a strong one, a typical Montale like DNA, it has some invigorating aspects to the fragrance, let's say like to the top note. It creates a certain mood, and with a shining bottle of Montale, like it reminds me of the things that we put on the Christmas tree and things like this. It is on the sweeter side. I would describe this as a sweet and a woody fragrance, and I think it is very appropriate for this season. So the first one, it is Oud Greedy by Montale. As usual for Montales, the performance and the longevity, the projection are above average, of course. Second, I would like to add this, like this fragrance, Diesel Fuel for Life. It is quite old, I think, if I'm not mistaken. It was introduced in 2007, and to be honest, even that is a designer fragrance, it is one of the most unique DNAs that I have encountered or tried in a fragrance. It features that raspberry note, and I think it also has some strawberry and some vanilla, and throughout the whole course or the life of the fragrance, or throughout the longevity of the fragrance, it tends to have that sweetness, that vanillic, raspberry, strawberry note or tone, which is very, very inviting and very like elixir-like when I think about it. Even that this one, it is an eau de toilette. It has like older formulations of this fragrance tend to be very good on the performance side. I would like to say that it has a very nice projection for like 2 hours, and longevity, it is very good for like a designer fragrance. And why I said like elixir like, I don't know, it smells like very young, juvenile to me. It has some invigorating aspects. It goes very, very well in the winter time because for its uplifting and sweet character of the fragrance, and it comes on the pouch like this. You see that folds like the bottle. It is, as I said, very elixir-like. I don't know why, but that's just how it reminds to me. Very invigorating, very youthful, and very good for this time, like the December time, the winter time. And I don't want to forget mentioning that I got this idea for this topic, like celebration fragrances, December time, festive fragrances from Chris from Scentland, the land of scent, as he says. And yeah, he has when I saw the video, he has picked some very interesting and very good fragrances that match to his character and to his taste and to his environment and to his memories and experience, of course. He mentioned like Tommy T. He also mentioned Cerruti Black, Cerruti 1881 Black, with very good notes like sophisticated notes of praline and things like this. Some boozy aspects of Cerruti. I love the fragrance too, and I respect very much Chris from Scentland. Yeah, I don't want to rush. I have several fragrances here that match the festive vibe of December. Now we go with Interlude Black Iris from the house of Amouage. And yes, this fragrance, it smells very exotic, but at the same time, like in difference from the usual Interlude Amouage of 2012. This fragrance, it is more irisy, more polished, and more like a sophisticated version of Interlude for Men. I would like to add that this fragrance also tends to be much deeper and much more layered because of that iris and that musk note. And also it hasn't lost the character of the original Interlude, because it reminds you, of course, of the DNA of Interlude, with that screechiness from the oregano and the leather. But yeah, leather, oregano, incense, spicy, aromatic, deep, dark. I mean, I love this fragrance, man. I love it. So this is Interlude Black Iris, a very, very good fragrance for this time of the year. Also, performance on this one, it is through the roof, as I like to say. performance, 24 hours plus, like longevity wise, and projection, very good too. Another fragrance from the Diesel brand, another forgotten one, and this is, I think, discontinued and very hard to find. It is Diesel Fuel for Life Spirit, a flanker of Diesel Fuel for Life. And this one too, my god, it is very good and very appropriate for this season. It is the same like Diesel Fuel for Life, a kind of an elixir which you want to smell it. It has that vanilla, it has that incense, it has a DNA of the original, but it is more ambery and sweeter on the ambery side of the fragrance. It is very lovely. Diesel Fuel for Life Spirit, like a great flanker or addition to Diesel Fuel for Life line. Besides these fragrances of the next one, I have bought just like three, I would say, 3 20ml bottles of cocaine by Franck Boclet. And this one, cocaine, it is one of the best sweet smelling floral fragrances on the market, and it features one of my favorite notes in perfumery in general, which is the note of tuberose. It also has some other white florals, yellow florals. It has aspects of like coconutty suntan lotion. It has that sweetness, and it is very concentrated, very like projection wise. It smells, man, yeah, indolic, like jasmine, white flowery, sweet, like just for example, let's say like 1 million parfum that has that those solar notes. I think in Franck Boclet cocaine, these solar notes are here, and this one, a very concentrated fragrance. It is an extrait de parfum, and it smells gorgeous. This is Cocaine by Franck Boclet. Another beautiful fragrance, which is a flanker to Armani Code, and this is Armani Code Absolu. It is one of the best sweet smelling fragrances for fall and for winter. It has prominent notes of like vanilla, suede, some florals, like some musks, and I would say soft leather, suede, as I mentioned. And it is such a sexy and intoxicating smell that you won't find it in other fragrances. A very beautiful, smooth fragrance. I would say mostly for dates, for nighttime use. It is an eau de parfum. Projection wise, it's not like one of the best fragrances on the projection and sillage category, but longevity on this, it is quite beast mode. On clothes especially, it smells for like days. Man, I love this fragrance, and as I mentioned many times, it is sweet, it is beautiful, special for younger people and for dates. It is amazing, one of the best date night fragrances. This is Armani Code Absolu, and very appropriate for the festive time, festive month of December. I would like to mention another daytime fragrance more, and this is Dirty English by Juicy Couture. A very yummy, boozy fragrance, which I think on Fragrantica it doesn't have like mentioned boozy notes, but it just smells like very boozy, leathery, sweet. It smells delicious. It is cheap, and you can spray like as much as you want with this fragrance. You won't break the bank. It's such a lovely fragrance, especially for the daytime. This is with a plastic cap. It is like a newer formulation. I had also the one with a metal cap, that one, and with the necklaces, and yeah, that one was much more potent, much more beautiful. But the glass here, the bottle, the presentation, the smell of the fragrance, it's beautiful for the price and for what it offers. It's wonderful, and yeah, it is Dirty English by Juicy Couture. Mostly for the daytime, as I mentioned, for me. Another very beautiful daytime fragrance for me, of course, it has to be Versace The Dreamer, the old formulation by Gianni Versace. Versace The Dreamer. Man, oh man, this brings back a lot of memories when I was younger, and I just went to a department store at that time. I would say that it was from 2010 to 2014 mostly. 2010, 2014, that period of time. But I went to department store and tried this fragrance again and again. It was never enough for me, because this is such a lovely lavender, tobacco, fresh fragrance. I mean, it's just gorgeous for the daytime. It is cold outside. The fragrance gives you warmth, gives you hope, gives you like peace of mind because of that lavender and of that tobacco. It is masculine and so beautiful, man, for the time that it came out. It's such a timeless, classic masterpiece fragrance from the company of Versace. And the last fragrance on the managing of Gianni Versace himself, and I know that Chris from Scentland loves this fragrance very, very much. He has also a special edition of this fragrance, for which I envy him very much. I love that presentation of Versace The Dreamer, but yeah, I'm happy with my vintage 30 milliliter bottle. I love this. Versace The Dreamer, daytime, December, cold, wonderful. One of the sweet fragrances, very special, very festive, very in par with that celebration. I have finished this all. It's not a drop on this 50 ml bottle. It is Noir Extreme from Tom Ford, and it is an older formulation too, maybe just a year when the fragrance like came out in the market. It is such a lovely vanillic, yeah, mostly I would like to say vanilla and a type of, white leather somehow. And yeah, let's not forget this fragrance too. It has that kulfi note, which is an Indian dessert, some type I would like to say I think a pistachio dessert or ice cream. I'm not sure, but yeah, it definitely smells of kulfi, and this also has the parfum version of this fragrance. And I would like to say that if you own this one of whichever of these two fragrances that you own, either the EDP or the parfum version, they both of them smell very, very good. And look how beautiful this bottle is, and it is mesmerizing. This fragrance, very hypnotic, very beautiful, very sexy too, just like the Armani that I said. Very, very beautiful for nighttime, for dates, for festive occasions. You can beat this one. It is one of the best designer fragrances ever created. It is Tom Ford Noir Extreme by Tom Ford. Beautiful. And yeah, on par with this fragrance, also from Tom Ford, it is my all-time favorite fragrance. This is from the private blend of Tom Ford, and one of the OGs of the private blend, together with oud wood and Tuscan leather. This is Tobacco Vanille, and everybody who follows my channel and follows me on YouTube knows that this is one of the best fragrances, like for all times, in my opinion, and the fragrance that I like the most. Tobacco Vanille, like it is dark. It is like cacao, dark chocolate. It is vanilla. It is dry hay-like tobacco, very dry tobacco. This fragrance smells very, very sweet, but it is layered, it is deep, it is beautiful, it is performing. It is like one of the few fragrances that it is head turning for everyone that smells this one. And imagine people in like all parts of the world know this fragrance very, very well, because it has been used and cloned and copied too much. It has been reformulated, and yeah, everyone I think knows this scent profile of Tobacco Vanille, but it never fails to turn heads whenever someone smells it, and it happens to me too. Like even copies fragrance of Tobacco Vanille. Some of them tend to smell very, very good and very close to it, like the ones from Al Haramain, which is, yeah, I tend to forget the name of the fragrance. It is from their oud collection. This is all that I know, but it smells very close to Tobacco Vanille. But the original, the one Tobacco Vanille, it is the best fragrance that I ever smelled. For winter time, you cannot beat this. Sadly, I would like to say that this fragrance has been reformulated, and I also have a reformulated version of it, because I know how it used to smell before, many years ago, and I know how it smells now. It has been watered down, in my opinion, very, very much. So I'm not actively looking for like vintage bottles of it, because they tend to be very, very expensive and very rare at this time. But when I find it, I'm sure it will be worth it, because for the winter this is my signature fragrance. And as Chris again from Scentland says, I love it to bits, and this is one of those fragrances. Tobacco Vanille from Tom Ford, a masterpiece of a fragrance. So very, very beautiful. Let me have a sip. I don't know what it is, some kind of seltzer or wine I love it, or champagne, I think. So yeah, it's a champagne. Champagne too. I would like to add that it has a very distinctive smell. I love the smell of champagne. It smells of very uplifting. It smells of celebration, of good times together with your loved ones, achievements in your career, and yeah, all these fragrances tend to have this kind of theme that they are very, very beautiful, and they are very, very good. I have 2 fragrances left, and oh man, this is good. This is like the 3 of the fragrances that I love the most are gonna be this Tobacco Vanille that I previously mentioned and talked about it, and the second one it is Rien, Incense, Incense from État Libre d'Orange. Oh, this is one of the most gorgeous, most beautiful incense leather aldehydic fragrances of all time. This smells so beautiful, so mesmerizing, so unforgettable, so I would say unique, modern, but also at the same time with that leather and with those aldehydes, it turns you back into the 80s. Even I haven't experienced the 80s for sure, but it has resemblances to fragrances like Kouros and Tios, those like old school powerhouses from YSL and Chanel. I love this fragrance very, very much. It has that note of incense, very, very amped up, and together with that leather, with that incense and with that dryness, with those aldehydes, with that little violet that it has hidden there in the composition. For the price that it goes and for how cheap it is in my country, like you can find this 100, because it only comes in 100 milliliters of this fragrance. It is, you can find it for like 80 to 90 euros. It's a steal for the performance that it has and for the beautiful, original, unique smell that it has. I cannot recommend this fragrance enough. I love this fragrance to bits. I love it. And yeah, it is Rien, Intense, Incense from État Libre d'Orange. I salute them for this masterpiece. These 2, and together with the fragrance that is going to be last, are, in my opinion, masterpieces. I love them. And the last, but certainly not least, the best fragrance together with those 2 that I mentioned. It is from the private collection of Juliet Has a Gun, and this one it is Oil Fiction. As soon as I smell this fragrance, as soon as you smell it, it just captivates you with those top notes that are very, very beautiful. They are mesmerizing. It has white florals, just like cocaine has white florals. It has tuberose, it has ambroxan, it has different kinds of flowers. It has also, besides the white florals, tuberose, it has also yellow flowers too. And it has in the note breakdown resemblances to Cocaine by Franck Boclet. But this one, it is much more fresher, much more unique, much more, I would like to say, floral, less sweeter than cocaine. But this is just as narcotic as it comes, just like cocaine it is. Oh man, this is this is art, this is perfumery done and executed well. Man, these fragrances, these three fragrances and this one special. This one, it is magic. This is magical, this is beautiful, and look at the presentation of the bottle. It has just like a white coffin. Whoa, man, it smells cold, but very unique, very beautiful, very lovely. And look how well it goes with my outfit. It is white, it's cheerful, it is celebrative, it is innovative, it is special, it is festive, it is magical. I know, compliments for this fragrance for me cannot stop. I love it. And yeah, even though this list is not ranked, I would like to say that these top 3 fragrances are, man, these are magic. These are magic, and I'd like to say maybe this is like the best 300 to 400 euros that you could smell or you could buy actually for winter fragrances. It's crazy, it's nuts. I love these so much. And yeah, actually, to conclude, these were like my 10 most special, most worn fragrances, and fragrances that I tend to wear during the month of December till January the 5th or 10th. I don't know, I don't care, but I love these fragrances very much. And I could totally recommend these fragrances to all of my viewers and to everyone that follows my channel, or to everyone in general, to try these fragrances, because to be honest, I don't want to brag, but I'm a man of taste and I like very particular and special fragrances, and these 10, every one of them deserves to be like worn or to be had or possessed in your collection. I love them very much. Yeah, this is Franck, and this was my video for festive fragrances during this month. I love you all, and I wish you a very good night, and yeah, enjoy this month of cold, this month of snow, with this beautiful fragrances that I presented to you. And yeah, have a good life. Thank you.